Good morning in Nairobi. Good afternoon, colleagues. Welcome to CIFOR-ICRAF Science Week, Partners Day. Equity in action. So this session is, we are dealing about landscape restorations, mostly on focus on wetland ecosystems, peatlands and mangroves. As we all know that wetland ecosystems, peatland and mangrove are most carbon-rich ecosystems globally. They provide a wide range of ecosystem goods and services for human survival. But increasing population pressure has a tremendous effect on those ecosystems. And good news is Indonesian government has a very clear strategy to restore the landscapes by 14 million hectare by 2030. So within that 14 million hectare, the target for peatland is 2 million hectare and 600,000 hectare is mangrove restoration. For this next session, our partners from various universities and private sector will come and share their work about restoration, especially on peatland and mangrove restoration. It's not only they will share the science, how good science we are doing, mostly how is our partnership going on, what we are doing good, what things can be improved, and how we can go forward. That's the highlight of the session. Here our partners will be presenting. So first of all, I would like to invite all of the speakers in the stage, and they will deliver a presentation about 8 to 10 minutes. Then we will have a Slido survey. So we have 2 questions. Then we will open for discussions here. So you all and also online participants and also colleagues from Nairobi can interact with our partners here to share their thoughts, specific questions about what we are doing. And then our key message will be delivered by Park Daniel Muriaso online from. So without further ado, I would like to invite our distinguished panelist, Park Rudy Pirbadi. First, please welcome to the stage. Park Tariano, please welcome to the stage. Ibu Desi Adriani, please welcome. Ibu Desi. And Ibu Wati, please welcome here. I'll introduce one by one later. Yeah. So as you can see, our panelists are like very well gender balanced, and also from various expertise. Although they're mostly from universities and also private sector, but their expertise on social science, biophysical science, wetland ecology, as well as a private sector like engagement. So it's a very diverse panelist here. So I'm sure this will be very exciting session. So without further ado, I would like to invite our first speaker, who is Park Rudy. He is a mangrove ecologist and senior lecturer from Diponegoro University. He has been working with several local government and community on mangrove restoration. Rudy is also advisor of local NGO who is promoting capacity building and awareness of mangrove ecosystem. Pak Rudy, you will have about 8 to 10 minutes to present about your work and how our partnership is going and what can be improved. Thank you. Welcome to Pak Rudy. Yes, please.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. Well, first of all, because this is a partner day, so as a new partner, I feel very honored to be invited here as a new partner of CIFOR. Well, I'm quite new actually in this kind of partnership with CIFOR, even though I already knew CIFOR quite a while. But it seems that CIFOR not really related to the mangrove area, which is my field actually. Until, well, thank you very much to the global climate change, where people also now looking for the mangroves as something quite important related to the global climate change. And also, of course, to Prof. Daniel Mudiarso. Well, as I know, he's more in a carbon person. I'm more a mangrove person, and we met in Bintuni Bay. Bintuni Bay is I think it belongs to the most wonderful mangrove in Indonesia, and we met then, and then I think it's a good idea to be a partner. So thank you very much, CIFOR. And in this session, I would like to give some brief information about the project we conducted together. We call it as Reclaim, Restoring Coastal Landscape for Adaptation Integrated Mitigation. And I think this is quite right because right now, not only Indonesia, but also the world, we try to reclaim or claim back, claim again the mangrove. In the world, 1/3 of the mangrove is already degraded. And Indonesia, like I mentioned, that we have to restore around 600,000 hectares of mangrove. So I think this reclaim project is also important for us. Okay, next, please. And as we know that world's second largest, longest coastline, around 90,000 kilometers, a large proportion of Indonesian population reside near the ocean. Most of big cities in Indonesia also close to the ocean. So this becoming very important when we talk about ecosystem, which is appear in the coastal area. Some of mangrove, others perhaps seagrasses and coral reefs. And then the Low Carbon Development Initiative, or LCDI, promote blue carbon ecosystem, including mangrove, seagrasses, and to some extent coral reef, as a key target for restoration and protections. So Indonesia, as the country with the largest mangrove area in the world, I also believe really concerned about these things. And also there's need of commitments towards sustainable development and rational initiative by involving local government and communities and promote best practices for coastal resource conservation and management. As we know in Indonesia in the last decades, perhaps there's a big change in mangrove management in Indonesia, especially after Undang-Undang 23 2014, Decree number 23 2014, took back the mangrove management from the lower government management, which is kabupaten or kota, to the provincial. It make a lot of problem, especially to some kabupaten or kota who has a lot of mangrove area in their area. Next, please. And why we talk about mangrove on this reclaim? Because locally mangrove offer many ecosystem services, including food resources and income for local, often poor, communities. And then nationally, mangrove are crucial for prevention of floods and storm surges. And globally, mangrove help mitigate climate change by storing 300 to 500% more carbon per unit area than any other terrestrial ecosystem, while providing important habitat for the biodiversity. This sometimes mislead though. People believe that mangrove can absorb more carbon other than other plant. Actually, not. They can sink, they can trap the carbon, but in terms of absorbing, actually it's similar to other trees because they are doing photosynthesis, so they will stop carbon dioxide. But the difference in the mangrove, the organic matter who drop to the forest floor will be kept as a organic or carbon. That's, we call it as the carbon sink. And this is very different with the condition in the littoral forest. And Indonesia, as the largest and most diverse mangrove area in the world, can potentially offer an emission reduction of almost 30% of national emissions from the land use sectors, and could be also key for adaptation approaches against global climate change. This actually like a foundation for the government right now, that there's many policy that encourage industry and also private sector who produce lots of gases, especially the carbon dioxide, and they urge the government do something to arrange that they should do something about this emission, including how to absorb the carbon dioxide they produce. Next. This is the objective of the project. That's also telling us about the partnership, because this project was conducted with several institutions. CIFOR itself, there's also Diponegoro University, and then IPB, and also there's a university from Banyuwangi, Universitas 17 Agustus, I believe. And then also there's Yayasan Ikamat, which is actually was my student. And then we work together to reach these all objectives. Next. This is the study sites we conduct the research. One in Banten, second in Demak, and the third in Banyuwangi. And then we compile all together with the component 4, which is the dissemination of the result of each component. Next, please. This is the project activities starting July 2021 and last is July 2022. Next, please. This is some of the documentation of the project. Just goes. Okay. So if we think about what's the continuation of these partnerships, I may say some words here. First, mangrove dynamic needs faster response, because the changing in mangrove itself, now it's very fast. The rate of mangrove degradation even faster than mangrove rehabilitation. So we have to do something faster than we have done. And then the second thing, the high cost rehabilitation, that's always a problem, especially in some area, we cannot do the rehabilitation because it's very expensive. So maybe we can promote adaptive resilience instead of this kind of high cost rehabilitation. And then the third, realistic integrated coastal management should be promoted. It is in some government laws, but practically it's not really working as we hope. And next, improvement of knowledge-based informations, like some from our findings in the field should be promoted. And the last thing, solid mutual collaboration, because we can't do by ourselves. We should to work together. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Aki, and for a very insightful presentation, and also talking about, telling about the mangrove is not actually sequestering more carbon than other trees, but it's sinking, like, it's storing on the landscape. And also solid mutual collaboration is fundamental. So that's great. Thank you. So our next speaker is Pak Tarano. Tarano is a tropical peatland specialist working on impact of landscape reweighting and revegetation on greenhouse gas emission. Having been with private company who runs restoration concession, he is also familiar with carbon credit and also market mechanism. Pak Tarano. So you have about 8 to 10 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. So good afternoon, everyone, and good morning for participants who in the other side of the world. Today, as you can guess from the title, I'm gonna share what KMP or RMU has been done with its partner, mainly CIFOR, in terms of the research in our areas in 2014. So, but first, this is the research collaboration project with CIFOR, and so before that, I want to clarify two things here: KMP and RMU. Just minimize the confusions. KMP is Cutting and Material Project, is name of the project, and RMU is the ecosystem restoration concession holder. So RMU manages the KMP project. KMP is the name of the projects under RMU. So the both three letters is the same entity actually. And where is the location of KMP? KMP is next slide. Next slide. So just KMP is located in Kota Waringin Timur District and Katingan District, Central Kalimantan. So Kota Waringin Timur District, if you are not familiar, is also called Sampit. There is a flight from Jakarta to Sampit direct 2 or 3 times a week, just in case you want to visit our site. And KMP size is 150,000 hectare, mostly peat swamp forest. It's only like 4% of it is non-forested area. And in this area, we do the restoration activity. It's like active restoration activity, like revegetation or even like rewetting. And so when the peat is start accumulating in our area, so based on the one study in our area conducted by the Hafsari et al. 2018 or 2019, I forget, but the paper published just 2022. So the peat start accumulating in our area like 17,000 years ago. So it's quite old. And from then, the peat is accumulating and storing the carbon around 0.5 gigatons. Or if combined with the above ground sleeping biomass, carbon is around 2,000 or 3,000 tons carbon per hectare in our area. So this is a quite huge carbon store in our area. And you can imagine, here now, if emit into the carbon dioxide, would be contribute to the global warming. And then that's why we're here to restore and protect this ecosystem. And speaking about the restorations, I think research is the backbone, is part of the restorations. Without research, the restoration is it's not going anywhere. So that's why we collaborate with other research institutions to make a better or improve our restoration activity in the field. So next slide, please. What kind of, so this is various research topics has been done or still ongoing in our area. You can see that various topics since 2014 and 2023. And CIFOR always with us since 2014 and beyond that even. Beyond we granted the permit, the license from the government. So it's 2008, 2009. We already work with CIFOR in our area here. So that's the topic. But if we group into like biophysical, biological, ecological study is still dominating in the studies in our area. So it's around like 75%. And less, it's around 15% in social studies. So I hope in the future, in our area, there is more study on social aspect. And very limited in agriculture because our place is restoration and protection area. But still we have paleoculture study and agroecological study outside of our area. So this is the various study in has been done or still ongoing in our area. Next slide, please. And so this is the partner. Where does the researchers come from? What institutions? So I grouped into four. First, international research institution. Again, this is mainly CIFOR. Start since 2014 until now. Yeah, so we group our research partner, where the researchers come from, into international research institution, including CIFOR, Forest Service, WRI, and other international research institutions. And then national research institution before LIPI, Puslikbang Kehutanan, now BRIN. I don't know with the rest too right now, but then we collaborate with BRIN for the National Research Institution and others, private research institution, of course. And in terms of the university, we work with the national and foreign university. So I don't want to use the term local university because it's national and foreign. So national is Palangkaraya University, and then IPB, ITB, UGM, and others from Indonesia. Foreign University, Wageningen, Göttingen, Cornell, Yale, and so on. So there's where is our partners come from? And so what lessons we learned from this partnership with our collaborators? Next slide, please. So this is a scientific evidence-based approach and learning character. So when we hosting or collaborate with the researchers from around the world, they came to our area and stay in our camps, work with our staff, discuss, talk, even like go to the lake fishing together. But the point is they do the interactions. And from that, our teams in the field learn something. It's like then learn something. I don't know why.
Oh, I
don't know why. So I observed in the field there is a learning characteristics in between among our teams. So this is a great impact, I guess, in terms of the how we. Yeah, it's like for the management, for the company, it is good because it's quite hard to teach our or ask our staff read the paper or like do the proper collecting data, something like that. But when we have a lot of researchers come to our area, then this is it's like a natural process of the learning. So this is and so when this learning culture and then the start from the behaviors, their mindset, and then automatically they always seek the better improvement in terms of the methodology, in terms of the procedure. It's like how we measure, better to measure or accurate to measure the gas measurements, how to do the fire prevention management better than last year. This is kind of culture we have. I think it's because of we interact with the researcher, with the outsider. It's not only from us, and also with the restoration activity as well. This is an endless game. The restoration activity is beyond our scope, so we have to learn. This is the continuous improvement. Then that's why we very welcome to hosting our researcher come to our area. And the last slide is always room for improvement, I guess, because this is continuous improvements. This is knowledge transfer. Sometimes when we're doing research in one area, when we work together with the teams or the field teams, there is assumption that when we work together, there is a knowledge transfer naturally. But I think we should design deliberately how we transfer the knowledge to the local team. So this is I will Sometimes the researchers just come and then this is a proposal and then work with our teams and then collecting the data and then we have done the knowledge transfer. It's not automatically like that. We have to design properly about the knowledge transfer. And the joint publication, this is part of the also part of the capacity building, I guess. When the local team involved in the data processing into the information and knowledge, and then they know the benefit, the value of the data, and then they will think how to improve, how they can collect data accurately in the field. So something like this, and then of course the future collaborations or research in ecosystem carbon cycle, social, economic, and biodiversity impacts. Usually impacts is come from our internal report. I'm afraid it's a bias there, so it's better if the third party do the research on impacts and also restorative economy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pak Tareno, for highlighting the research is backbone for the landscape restoration. That's why our partnership is important, especially with research institution. Thank you very much. And our next speaker is Ibu Desi. Ibu Desi is agricultural social economist and lecturer at Sriwijaya University in South Sumatra. She is active in collaboration with local and national government, NGOs, private sector, communities, and research and community empowerment. So, so Ibu Desi will tell us about her work with the SCORE, Sustainable Community-Based Restoration and Enterprise, and our collaboration, and what should we learn and what can we do.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Selamat siang buat semua. Actually, this is my. I am very grateful to present our project in this Science Week and this Partner Day. And today I would like to present about our project in Perigi Village with the title Sustainable Community-Based Reforestation and Enterprises. Okay, next. Yeah. This is the location of our project. Our project is located in Perigi Village, Pangkalan Lampam District, Ogan Kombring Ilir Regency, and South Sumatra Province. Okay, next. What we are doing in Perigi Village in 2015, we have getting forest fire in South Sumatra, like Bu Regina said in the morning session. And Perigi Village is one of the villages who get experience the large area that is burning at that time. So we choose Perigi to restore the peatland that has burning in 2015. We try to change the culture of community in that area from sonor. There are a culture in that village, we call it sonor farming. They beginning the rice farming by burning the land, and then we try to change to agro-silvophishery. By agro-silvophishery, we try to introduce 3 innovations. The first innovation are to improve rice cultivation and also fruit. The second one, we try to introduce to farmer or communities to planting forestry, and then we will getting woods, maybe energy or maybe biomaterial. And then the last one, we introduce also cultivation to communities to cultivate various local fish species. Next. And in 2022, our project, our collaboration with CIFOR is began in 2018 actually. And at the time we developed a demonstrate plot area about 2 hectares. And then in 2022, we make again collaboration with CIFOR, and we scale up the land from 2 hectares into 12 hectares, and we involve 11 farmers in these activities. Okay, next. Okay, This is information about the existing community in the Perigi village. The first information that we get, almost the community are farmer, and there are all local people. The range of age, it's between 30 and 45, so it's categorized a young farmer, but almost of them having low education, elementary school finish, and also low income. The range of income between 1 until 2 million per month. It's very low, we think. And then being a farmer in that area is a culture. So when they are doing farming, there is no innovation, there is no maintenance to the farmer, to the land. And then the level of vulnerability is in moderate category. And from our research, we get there are about 4 options that we can develop for livelihood in that area. The first one is we can process swampies. There are swampies in that area that we can process into salted fish and maybe smoked fish. And then there are reed, purun reed in that area, and we can process the reed into woven or other crafting. And we also trying to introduce about agro-silvophishery and other paludiculture model in that area. Okay, next. This is some summary findings. Actually, that our activity is still going on in that area, but we after 1 year pass, there are some findings that we have getting from our project. The first one that the application of agro-silvophishery in that area, making the land changes, the environment more greeny, the income of farm raising. There is no other fires in that area, and of course, at least indirectly, we also giving source of food for community in that village. And the second one, last year, there are a long rainy season in that area. So we have some problem about long rainy season, and it caused some of our trees cannot survive and die. And then the third one, Jelutung and Belangkaran, is 2 forest land that can survive, although there are live in a long rainy season. And then the fruit plants selected on farmers are orange, jackfruit, mango is more liked by farmer to plant in that area. But we have also need to giving training and guiding continuously to the change of culture from sonor to agro-silvophishery continuously. Next. Okay, this is the lesson learned. We try to present about the lesson learned that getting from the location, from the farmer. We build the capacity building. Actually, in that area, all the farmer is local people. Some research show that local people is more individualistic. But in our project, we find some interesting finding. The first one that we can develop, changing or develop a new culture by introducing new innovation, agro-silvophishery, and also collaboration to the farmer. And for the first, we think that the farmer is individualistic, but fortunately in our project, we find that they can building teamwork and also building trust between them, and also between the farmer and us. And the third, we can creating supporting environment. The land is more greeny and there is no fires anymore. And then we also connecting the stakeholder. And for technical, in the beginning session, I explained that the farmers doing farming like a culture. So there is no maintenance, there is no using fertilizer. They only come to their land in the beginning and the end of farming when they are harvesting. But with our project, the farmer more frequently visit and want to take care than land, and then avoiding land fire, improving productivity, income, land diversity. Okay, next. But there are still challenges, climate change, water management, farmers are still not active, market, and also but not all stakeholders still involved in our project. So what do we going next? Okay, next. Okay, this is the next. We hope that we can, for the next, we will involve many researchers to our project, joining writing proposal for getting other funding, and then increasing research for publication, and then we also involving, we also can attending more scientific event to make promotion and collaboration about our project. And then the last one, of course, disseminate and scaling up this model to other area. And the last one, collaboration for the farmer is we try to divide into short plan, middle plan, and long plan. For short plan, we always maintaining, guiding, training the farmer. For middle plan, we trying to giving training about processing, about market, and then for the long plan, we try to continue promoting this model. Thank you. That's all for my presentation. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Changing the practices from sonar farming system, like burning landscape for very small amount of rice growing, to agro silvo fishery, where we have no fire, more food, more biomass and biomaterial in the landscapes. Thank you very much. Our final speaker of this session is Ibu Wati. Ibu Wati is a wetland ecologist majoring in biodiversity and conservation. She is a senior lecturer at Department of Biology, Faculty of Mathematics and Natural Sciences at Udayana University. So Ibu Wati will present our collaboration over the past 3 years, mostly about mangrove and also UNESCO Global Geopark and so on. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Himal. Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor to be here with you to present what we've done in 3 years earlier. So, as Pak Budi mungkin, I joined actually CIFOR for a couple of years ago, particularly. And it is because of Pak Roberts and Pak Himlau who invite us to join this community. My presentation today mainly is what we've done and then how we can collaborate more on this project in terms of ecosystem and community. As you see over there is that we are a bunch of people actually collecting data and working with. So in a future time, we like you as well to join us to participate in a wider collaboration that we can make. So we have 3 projects already done, even though in a short time. The first one is the establishment of Hongamnya Pinata sitting on Songan village. It's UNESCO Global Geopark in Bali. So Bali is a small island actually, but we have all mountainous area, forest, we have mangroves, we have coral reef, we have seagrasses. That's now it's common, people talking about blue carbon. So it's a place as well, we can assess blue carbon in a small little island. So what we can do much about, I mean, protecting our world in terms of preserving the carbon and mitigating the climate change. So the second project that we've done is with the focus, it's community government restoration, recreation, and livelihood in Batu UNESCO Global Geopark in Indonesia in terms of climate resilience. So the aims was to obtain the principle or guidelines of land-based and community-based economic revitalization to enhance disaster and climate change. So the recent collaboration we make is with the CIFOR-ICRAF and Udayana University. So it's about ecosystem services and carbon dynamics of mangrove species. So all are located in Bali. So what for the first project we've done, please, next slide, please. Actually, collecting the Pongamia seeds is Pongamia pinnata. It's one plant that we try to preserve and to get the good seeds that we can offer for certification. Why is that? Because it's very useful for us to, in terms of carbon as well as for the seeds can be used for biofuels. So that's collaboration with Pak Budi from BRINS that what we do with the Pongamia. So we're collecting the seed around Bali, and we've got a lot of seeds, and we plant the seed and selecting the seeds and then planting the seed on the field, which is an area. Actually, I've got in the area of where the National Global Geopark is. So the main aim of the time is how we involving the community over there, because in the area, in the Global Geopark area, there is 5 villages within the area, and then another 15 villages outside the Global Geopark. So we try to improve. I mean, collaboration with the community over there. We offer that program that can restore. I mean, we can reforest the area using the Pongamia. So there is many aims over there. I will present it later. So that's the aim, actually, right? And then this is what the plan for the next couple of years. So facing the state, so collect. We will take off the plants that not good growing, but and then we're leaving the good one. And until the 2000, we plan at 2026, 2027, we harvest from the seeds, and then we collecting the seed, and then the next time we will choose which one should be certified. So the second, with the focus with community based, what we've done is, next slide, please. With the picture. Next slide, please. So this is summary. What we've done is collected what community are doing at that site. From there, we can got an idea what we can improve, what we can educate them. So how we can collaborate on preserving that area. So what we find is within the geopark, the people over there are farming onions. And at the same time, people there producing the natural product from the black flies farm that can be used for growing the onion. And as well as we educating them that the community over there can plant ornamental plants and then develop outlook for the tourism. Bali is well known with tourism and coffee plantation, and as well as introducing more well-known cultural that local over there present. I mean, what the specific culture of that village having over there. So next, please. So with the CIFOR-ICRAF and Udayana University, what we've done is we have already symposium to gather the thinking of what we can do at that projects, and we collect primary data already, and at the moment we're having 2 students already doing project. Start doing project on that carbon based restoration, carbon based in mangrove area in Bali. Well, this is the area that we actually working with recently in the March 2023. And what we, as you know, G20, that's the next G20, where Indonesian President Pak Jokowi having opening the G20 in mangrove area. So in terms of collaboration, what we try to ask you all, of course, having more collaboration in terms of university that we having research and community services, all are welcome to join us in Udayana University, and try to invite you all in terms of what we have in Bali. So this is a short presentation that I could deliver because of time constriction. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you all.
Side, so you have you can come here and collaborate with university and University of Udayana and do variety of research, either mangrove or seagrass or even a mountain or degraded land restoration, any type of research. Thank you. So this ends all of our like talks. So now we have a Slido survey. So so Beto, can you please okay, can you please scan this, and we have a couple of questions. So what are the key factors promoting effective research partnership in the context of wet ecosystem restoration? Colleagues in Nairobi, can you also participate on this one? Okay, so we are getting some responses here. Equity, local community, mutual trust. Okay, trust is coming highlighted. Communication. Okay, great. So yeah, the next our plan is we will have about 20-minute discussion here, question and answer. So colleagues from Nairobi, please you can ask question here or from audience here, and also the online audience can post their question in chat box. So this question and answer session will be moderated by Justina. Justina, can you come here? No? You do not. Okay. Okay, any questions from here to our Crystal?
Thank you. Thank you for the presentations. And my question goes to the third speaker. So you mentioned that, no, my question first is, I guess this is that farmers get into the changing their practices is on a voluntary, so, and then you said so that there are limited people who were interested in changing. So I was wondering, what is the percentage of the people who actually wanted to change their practice? And then you mentioned that, so among those that changed their practice, some of them were not taking care of their lands. Again, I was wondering, what's the percentage of people who changed their practice but didn't take care of the land? Sorry. And then I'm wondering also, beyond the duration of the project, do you think many of them are going to continue with these new practices. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. My name is Ali. My question is goes to Pak Taryono. So it is interesting to know more about this Cutting and Mentaya project. I read this project from the website and I'm wondering about how this project raise fund for all the activities you mentioned, especially for the restoration. Because I know this is also kawasan hutan or forest designated area that we must coordinate with the Ministry of Forestry and Environment of Indonesia for doing any activities, right? Thank you, Pak.
Okay, we can responding these two questions first, and Ibu Desi, you can respond Crystal's question about.
Thank you very much for, to make sure that our project will continues in the futures. Of course, when you our project is like a demonstration plot activities. So it's mean that not all the communities involved in this project. But when we doing scaling up this project from 2 hectare into 12 hectare, we only need 10 farmers to join our project. And that time there are so many farmers giving interested to our project. So we have to select the farmers, and then we choose from the farmer who are interested only 11, and then we giving them like a training, guiding, maintaining continuously to make sure that they are change their culture from sonor to agro-silvophysiary. And about the second question, take care maintenance the land. As I explained in my presentation, that being a farmer in that location is a culture. So because of that, when they are doing farming, there are no innovation, there are no maintenance to the farming. And then after they are joined to our project, we tried giving, guiding, training that their land have to maintain, they have to giving fertilizer to the land, and then fortunately the farmers follow what our the guiding that we have given to them, something like that. And then about restoration of course, before we making agreement to the farmers, we have make sure that the land belonging to farmer is not forest area. That's all for my explanation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the questions. So yeah, from the beginning, continue. So yeah, from the beginning, the Cutting and Mentaya project is designed for carbon offset facility under the REDD plus schemes. But we aim the back then we aimed the voluntary carbon market because not mature yet or even didn't exist yet back then. So that's the where the money come from. So we sell the carbon credits through the voluntary carbon market. I think that's a short question, but it's clear. Thank you.
Thank you, Pak Taryono. So we have time for another 1 or 2 questions. I can just add a little bit more to Ibu Desi's response that actually the farmers in that particular project score. At the beginning, it was very difficult to find any farmer to participate because it's very easy to burn it and show paddy, like broadcast paddy. So it's easy. So rather than changing this system to agro-silvophysiary, but when they see like the response of tree growth, the income, etc., and there we got a, I think more than enough like farmers, the large number of farmers express interest. So we need to select them because we couldn't support all the farmers at at that particular time. But this is a 10-year project, so we'll continuously increase the number of farmer, and we are also looking the scale of opportunity with Pak Harry. We already submitted proposal to some other funders, so hopefully we can continue that further. Okay, there is a questions from online.
Imlal, we have question
to
also from
Pak
Nairobi
Rudy.
when you have time. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, we'll respond this one from online, and then we'll go to Nairobi. Yeah, Pak Rudy, can you read? And yeah, rather than
Yes, there are several universities involved in the Reclaim project. First is IPP, of course, Prof. Daniel from IPP, and also other students like Sia, Pichu, and others. And then the second is from Undip, myself from Diponegoro University, and also we have friends from Ikamat Foundation or Yayasan Ikamat. And then we also have a partner from UNTAG, Universitas 17 Agustus in Banyuwangi. And then, yeah, in terms of decision-making process, actually we involved in the mangrove working group on its province. So when they are going to do something, especially on the planning of the area, we are going, we recommend or we give recommendation to them about the mangrove ecosystem on that area. So this kind of an involvement of a university on a decision-making process of mangrove management in Indonesia. Yes, we have national mangrove restoration strategy, but still no on progress actually, because there's a new era of national working group of mangrove in Indonesia. It was stopped by the president in 2014, I think, but now it's revitalized. So yes, we now working on the mangrove restoration strategy in Indonesia. I think that's it.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Pak Rudy. So now over to you, Paulo in Nairobi.
Thank you. My name is Eric Chanako from Uganda. My question goes to this core project, I think the third presenter, and it's about, I didn't hear anything to do with sort of indigenous knowledge, and yet I think this would help, especially if you sort of assess, practices, attitudes, and knowledge that the local communities have. With that, I think you'd be able to, identify how science can then, research can come in to fill, the gaps that would be glaring. I do not know, therefore, if, in the presentation, should say there's need for, research, collaboration research. Where should the research be? What's the entry point for these researchers to then join in? Thank you.
Question from you.
Desi.
We have another one, Imlal. Maybe we take the two of them. There's Ramni as well.
One more.
Thank you. Yes, very interesting. I just wanted to ask, sorry, I'm not very good with the new names, but the lady who presented from the university, I believe, the Pongamia seeds that are being raised. Yeah, I was wondering, are you just collecting randomly? Why don't you think of establishing seed orchard or a breeding seed orchard, which would give you high, hybrid vigor among these species and give you, actually contribute to restoration while also you are planning to collect seed for future? Thanks.
Baik, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the question. about the knowledge that we have to introduce to the community. Actually, our research is action research. Because it's action research, we can apply any of knowledge that can be that has been done applied to other area. And after doing about 4 years, we can find there is a plant that can survive. There is no plant that can at last die, like Blangeran and Jelutung is one of the plant that can be survive on a long rainy season in Peatland in our area, and then something just like that. So we can change the plan if the plan and then a diet cannot survive, because this project is like an action reset. Maybe that's all for my answer. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for the question. Actually, that's our aim. So this is the first stage that we are collecting the seed around Bali, and then we select them with the seedling first, and then we plant it in that area. And there is a stages that we can find out what's the better seeds that we will propose to be certified. That's the aim of our select seedling. Thank you.
Thank you. That's the established demo is actually SS, so seedling seed outside. So we don't have much time for any more questions. So we have one more question on Slido. Vito, can you one more? Yeah. Can you? And Pak Daniel, are you with us?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
Okay, great. We can hear, but just wait a minute. Yeah, we are running on another questions. What are the required means or process to reinforce impact pathways toward research impacts? Bit complicated. Slido. Okay. Oh, there are a lot of responses for the first one. Money, business case. Can show this result later while we are waiting the responses. Pak Daniel, so you can go ahead and give us key messages and also insights from Rome. Over to you, Pak Daniel.
Thank you very much, Himlal and colleagues who are sitting in the panels. It was a great session. I can sense what's the feeling in the room out there. So well, I'm an optimist. So today my optimism is reinforced, by seeing all these things in the context of research and partnership. And I believe what has been described here, I noted what Rudy was mentioning about racing between restoration and degradation will be confronted to us. So with partnership, I believe we can work together, and with partners that we have, well, especially in Indonesia, and I believe also elsewhere, colleagues in Nairobi and other places, should believe that partnership is the way we move forward in terms of research and implementation. And I'm glad to see that the equity is demonstrated here, not only by the issues that we are discussing, partners we are working with, gender, etc., but certainly everything needs to be done in a very accommodative and also rural and generic way, so that we can hear everybody's voice, including those who are not heard. So with that spirit, I believe we can work together better in the future. And certainly the area of improvement, which was also displayed by colleagues who are in the panel, and I believe those who are online can think about what we can do to improve this kind of collaboration. I noticed that money is the most prominent words presented in the survey, and then monitoring and money and monitoring, MMM, would be the thing that we have to think in mind, to have in mind for the future collaboration. So once again, thank you all very much for your participation, encouragement, and also hope for future collaboration. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Pak Daniel. You have a great day there. So with this, we conclude our session on landscape restoration. So if you have any other questions or comments, our panelists will be around. So please feel free to ask them during the coffee break or on any other time. Thank you, everyone. Thank you all for your participation.